What a token is it's a hex value that the scale indicator will recognize and will print. So I have the manual here. I'm going to bring this over. This is page 123 on the reference manual. And this manual covers K401 and K402. Here's an example of two values that are being keyed in. These are hex values and what the printed equivalent would be. These tokens here are specific to the indicator. And so you'll see two sets of codes here, one on the left and one on the right. The one on the right is the hex value, and that has the little H there to let you know that, H for hexadecimal. That's a hexadecimal token, and that's inputted with the View 400. The value on the left is an ASCII character. Now those values can be put in using your thumbs locally on the indicator. And that's a little bit harder to do. Today we're going to use the View 400 to put in some hex tokens, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So first we're going to go to our print 1, and rather than select format A or B, those are the canned formats, we're going to select custom. When doing a custom format, the custom value here, record.print, is going to be empty. So there's no tokens in here whatsoever. So to demonstrate an easy token here, we'll do the date token. It's a BF. And so that has to be entered as these were shown here with a special slash. We'll come back to here to the viewer and we'll put a slash BF. And we'll hit OK. And so now we've created a custom record. It only has one token in there, a slash BF, which is just the date. So if I come back here and I bring up our print emulator, I'm going to clear this out. And I hit F1. We're just getting the date. That's it. So that's all you get is the date, 12/27/2018. It doesn't move it down. It doesn't give you any spaces, nothing. So we have to put all of the formatting in. So let's say I want this to actually be down a few. There's a new line token. It's C1. So we'll go ahead and put a slash C1 in front of it. You may have noticed that there's a test button here, so you can preview the output going to the printer before you actually print to the printer. And so if you hit test, you'll see that we move down 2 lines and then the date is there. I come back here, clear that, and I hit F1. We get 2 carriage return line feeds and then the date. So let's get fancy here and let's add the header and the footer onto this record print. So we need to find the token for the header on page 123. There they are. So there's C6 and C7 for the header and footer. So let's put a C6 in front of the token for the date. And then let's put another C1 to go down a line. And let's put a C7 for the footer. And then let's add one more C1. It's always a good idea to have a C1 at the end of your print string. Now we can test that. So I'll clear this out and I'll hit F1. Okay. So I forgot to put a C1 in after the header. So let's do that now. And I'm going to test it. There we go. So header, date, footer. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the current weight value in. And these first tokens we were dealing with are non-page tokens up here. So you can simply just put these tokens into the register and that'll take it. When you get below page 123, the tokens are paged, which means you have to call the page first and then the token. So right now I just want to call displayed reading D7, but in order to do that I have to call the token for that page. So because it's the current weight, I want the live current displayed weight. I have to put a BE first and then a D7. I'm going to put it right after the date. BE D7, and I'll do one more C1. Hit OK, and then let's test that. Okay, so header, date, weight, footer. There's some formatting tokens. I'm going to show you that now. You go down towards the bottom of these pages, there's format tokens. These also are non-paged. So there's a token here, it's an AD, as in Anno Domini, and that adds a space between the weight and the units. So I want to put that in front of the weight token. So we'll find that. I'm going to put it right in front of the BE. AD. And then we can test that. So see, it added a space there. We got the space, it makes it look a little nicer. Occasionally a customer will ask for an operator ID to be printed on the ticket, or they may need a lot number or both. The standard Rinstrum unit has some of these features built in, and I'm going to show you that now. So you want to go to Full Setup, go to Settings, go to General Options, and then you have ID names. So ID name, we can create one here. And the way that you access those values is right from the main screen. So from the indicator face, you can press and hold the number 5 key, and that'll bring up the prompts. So then the operator can key in their value. Let's say the guy's name is Jason. They'll stay in the indicator until the operator changes those values. How do we get them on the ticket? Because right now, our ticket is giving us the header, the date, the weight, and a footer, but no operator ID. I'm going to change formatting to hide. Let's reprint that. There we go. So that's what the ticket would look like. The printer would spit out that information. Somehow we have to get operator. Currently we're looking at format tokens. Let's go up to the top. Page 123. So you'll see that we've got tokens here for user string data 1 and user string name. So we need to call the token. So let's put a C9 in there and see what it looks like. So we're going to go back to settings. We can go down to record print. And that was a C9, C1, and I'm going to put a C9 and then another C1, so give it some more spacing. So let's try that. Header, date, weight, Jason, and footer. Okay, so we've got user ID. So that's how you enter operator value on the ticket. You just call the token and you create the name of the operator prompt in the genopt menu. And the operator accesses it by long press of the number 5 key. OK gets you out. So we've got that. Since I have pieces set up on F3, we need to add the piece token in. So let's see if we can find the token for pieces. I'm guessing it's going to be on this page here. Hopefully, now you have a real good understanding here of the Rinstrum tokens, where to find them in the reference manual, and how to enter them in and manipulate them. Thank you for watching.